Hello, and welcome to Beautiful Breakdowns, where we break down and then break it down. Today's guest artist is Landau, and she's going to be breaking down her song, I Could Die 1,000 Times. Without further ado, let's get to it.
So that's my song. It's called I Could Die 1,000 Times. It's the only song I've written that is not about me. It came from this idea of a fictional character who can die and get reincarnated, and each time she's had a new life, she's fallen in love with the same person, which I think is kind of cool. And I wrote this song in like 2016 or something, a while ago. And what I really continue to love about it is that while it started as this fictional character and this kind of abstract idea, it's kind of evolved into being a more symbolic metaphor for a long-term relationship love story where I feel like people kind of change and grow and find new versions of themselves, and their old versions die. And if you have a lifelong partner who's there with you for that ride and you're with them for their ride, you kind of keep falling in love with the new reincarnated versions of them, which is what I think about when I sing it now. I think about my partner and how we have that kind of love and relationship where there's room for us to grow and change and become new people and find each other in that new identity. I did realize after I wrote this song that it sounded very familiar, and it turns out it's pretty much the exact same chord progression as a different song that I wrote. So that's always a fun realization. But I've kind of put that one away, and this is the one that has continued through the years. I like it because it's all black notes, so it kind of is easy to play in that way. The right hand doesn't move at all, it stays the same. And the ending, instead of ending on do, which most songs do, which would sound like a nice final ending, that's how most songs end. I like that I've ended it more open and it ends like this. So it kind of follows that same idea that it's not final, everything's growing and repeating. And that's kind of the idea of the song, and I hope that it resonates with you and that you enjoy it.
Welcome back! Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Wasn't she amazing? This Dylan is a friend of mine from high school, and I adore her. Such a talented songwriter. Thank you guys so much for listening, and please follow at Dylan Landau to make sure that you can keep up to date with all of her stuff. Check out her stuff on Spotify, as well as other streaming platforms. I'm Tara Van. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you next week.